Ho, ho, ho! In this episode, Dustin tells us about his time at Christmas Town at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. Let's go! Go! Ho, 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 Parkgoers, and welcome to this episode of Parkgoers Go Holiday Edition. Yay! Jingle, 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 jingle.
Happy Hanukkah.
Dreidel, dreidel.
Clay.
Clay, slay. A sleigh clay.
Slay that clay.
Slay that clay.
Hey, Santa.
Hey, Santa. Hey,
Thank you for
Santa.
joining us on this episode of Parkgoers Go. I'm your host, Logan.
I'm your other host, Nay.
Is Mensch on a bench? Is that the Hanukkah?
What did you just call me?
Is that the Hanukkah equivalent of Elf on the Shelf? I'm Dustin, by the way. Is that the equivalent of Elf on the Shelf? Mensch on the bench?
Maybe? I don't know. That might be a different type of Jew. It's not my type of Jew.
Okay. Okay. Well, anyways, I'm Dustin.
And on this episode of Parkgoers Go, we are going to be talking to Dustin because he went to a cool experience at Busch Gardens
Williamsburg.
The home of colonialism.
and it is called...
Christmas Town. There are a few who
Is
do
that what
not.
it's actually called?
It's called Christmas Town, yeah.
And we're going to learn about it.
I've been to Williamsburg.
Everyone's been to Williamsburg.
Everybody and the mother's been to Williamsburg. Wait, Nathaniel, what'd you do in Williamsburg?
We went to some colonial thing. And
Oh,
everybody
Colonial
was...
Williamsburg.
Yeah, that sounds right. They were all wearing like bonnets and stuff.
Yeah, they do that reenactments.
But we're not talking about that. We're going to the theme park part of it.
Tell us about it. What was your first impression?
How was the parking lot?
Parking lot's weird, actually. And I don't think we've ever talked about this when we'd ever talk about Williamsburg.
Only Epic.
In detail.
Only Epic, yeah.
Multiple times.
So the first time Shannon and I went to Williamsburg, they had us park, like, we had to drive on a main road and then go all the way down to, like, this weird parking lot where they trammed us there. But since we've gotten the annual pass, we've almost always gotten preferred parking, so it's never been a problem.
Bougie.
I know. So that's the parking lot.
Oh, okay.
That's all that's to be
I
said.
know. Well, you're like, well, this one, I thought you were going to have a lot more to say.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. What is cool about this Busch Gardens is that it is right next door to their brewery factory for Anheuser, Budweiser, whatever it is. So at night you can actually see the lights from it.
They own
Anheuser-Busch, that's what it is.
Anheuser, Budweiser.
No, it's Anheuser-Busch, but they sell Budweiser.
Is that like a special, like a Busch Gardens specialty?
I would assume, yeah. That's what the Busch and Busch Gardens comes from.
Really?
It's a beer theme park.
What?
Wow. Seriously?
Yeah. Anheuser-Busch, yes. Guys, we had an episode where we talked about the history of Tampa.
We have never talked
The one
about
in Tampa.
this.
Yeah, but we didn't talk about the
Yes.
history of Busch.
So Busch Gardens, what is it? Anheuser-Busch, before it became Anheuser-Busch, I believe, when it was just Busch, wanted a place for their employees to go that would be fun to bring their families. So they created Busch Gardens, which was basically just a garden with some animals. And then it slowly rolled into the theme park. Yeah, episode.
That's crazy.
The safari theme park episode.
That makes sense.
So check out our safari episode to learn more about Busch Gardens Tampa. But anyways, they also have this behind the scenes tour of Clydesdales, where you can do this whole tour with them, and that's the Budweiser Clydesdales from the commercials. But anyways, I digress. The parking lot.
Go back to the parking
I think it was a lot deader too because of
Deader.
what is it? We went so early. Deader.
More
Yeah,
dead.
we went so early. We went in November to celebrate the whole Christmas Town thing, and it also only opened at 2 in the evening. So if you guys are
crazy.
planning on going to this thing, just keep that in mind whenever it starts. I think one of the reasons is A, it's an off season, and B, the main thing they have are the Christmas lights. So, starting it later, I guess, was beneficial.
So this Christmas event is part of like your ticket?
Yes. For this one in particular, the one in Williamsburg, I'm not so sure about the one in Tampa, but yes, this one was included with the ticket.
What was your first impression like walking in?
So when you walk into Busch Gardens, the first land you enter into is England. And I will say England is the prettiest place to walk through when it comes to Christmas, because it is fairly close knit, but they have the clock tower. They have all the lights hanging out. Most of the time, if you see advertisement for Busch Gardens, this is what you see. It's very pretty and it's very nice. Now, when we walked in, it was still light, still daytime. But when we were leaving, gorgeous. It was fantastic.
Is that once you saw it, that's the noise that you made?
Every time, because I even walked out. So we got food in there and I had to walk out. And each time I walked in and out, I went, And so was other people. It was very awkward and very loud. But
okay, so
when you
did
walked
the parking lot. We did the walk-in. And you have more to say. Go.
No, move on to the next thing. I was going to say where one of the shows were, but if you were going to go with shows, then.
Why don't you tell us about some of the shows?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. So, very similar
It just
to
came to
the Halloween. We didn't see any of the shows.
Good. Moving on.
Now, we got there at like 3 o'clock, and then we ended up leaving around 7. So, with only 4 hours, you don't really get to do that much. But it looked like they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like they have 5 stage shows. Oh, but we did see some stuff. All right, hold on.
Oh.
When you first walk in...
We got a liar.
Yeah. Well, they have some carolers in England, which were very, very cool. So that's right when you walk in. So that's a nice, great thing that you're greeted with. But around 6 o'clock, near the end of our thing, we did get to see the Elmo's Christmas Wish Show, which is in Sesame Place. So that was super cute, super fun. They sing, Cookie Monster sings, "All I Want for Christmas Is You," to a cookie. And
To a cookie?
yeah, no, Cookie Monster was fantastic. And somebody sings the Hot Chocolate song from Polar Express. And they're like, hot, hot, oh, we got it.
Interesting. Who owns the rights to that?
Apparently not Polo Express.
I have no idea. But I don't know if I brought this up in a previous episode, but my wife and I were riding the train one day, and this music sounded very familiar. So I'm like, I wonder what that is. I Shazammed it. It was the theme from the Disney motion picture Dinosaur. And I'm like, oop, don't know if that should be here.
They're running wild at Busch Gardens Williamsburg.
I know, apparently. But then again, on if you do ride Disney trams, sometimes you can hear like the James Bond theme song and, you know, other theme songs. So maybe there's like a music package that they can all license. But anyways, so we did see those 2 things. And then they also have some light shows, which I didn't see it this year, but I have seen in the past in front of the Festhaus, which is the big quick service at in Germany. They have this like very aggressive light show to the Nutcracker, and it scared me when I saw it in previous years, but it's fantastic. So yeah, no, there's a lot of shows. And then on the front of Pompeii, they have a light show too, which I saw a little bit about, or a little bit
Interesting.
I forgot that they have a Pompeii section.
Yeah, they have a whole ride.
Yeah.
The Fall of Pompeii, which quite frankly, I am offended by. It's very interesting, though. Did you get any snacks?
Do they have Christmas themed snacks?
They do, kind of. I don't know, actually.
You didn't eat
They
any.
I did not. No, we a lot of the restaurants are still open, so there's that. They do have this thing called the Santa's Fireside Feast, which requires a like reservation, and basically Santa just like sits on a stage while you eat around him. I did not get that, or we did not do that.
It's like the captain's table.
Yeah, exactly. It was too expensive. They did have some holiday treats, apparently. I did not look into this before I went, so that's annoying. They had this thing called... Oh, okay. Well, I guess they don't have the name of the things, but apparently you can get something at the England Sweet Shop in England, Three Rivers Snacks in New France, which is the Canadian area, the Rita's Italian Ice in the Italy section, and then Josephine's Cremerie de Chocolat in France. We didn't get any of those. In a previous year at the Rita's, they sold hot chocolate, and my wife and I got hot chocolate there. This year, the only thing we
I mean,
ate...
hot chocolate.
Hey, oh, they got it. And we got it from there.
Everybody's got.
But no, at the end of the night, we ended up doing the only mobile service that sold food, like actual like dining food, which is the Squire's Grill in England. We did mobile order that, which worked out very well. And then we got hot chocolate on the way out, which was also a lot of fun too. So those were the foods that we ate. And then my brother-in-law got fries with gravy on it, which wasn't poutine. That was near the Christmas section. Because they do have a Christmas section that is there year-round.
Did you do rides?
No. We did not do any rides this time. And all of them averaged about 45 minutes, which, like I said, we were only there for 4 hours, so it wasn't really going to add up. Which is unfortunate because, our sister went, and she loves roller coasters, and my wife loves roller coasters. I'm not a big roller coaster guy, so I thought this would be a good opportunity. But, it just didn't work out that well. So, but no, rides were open, and people were riding the rides. So, yeah.
What else? What is it? What else is there? What else do you want to tell us about this experience?
Sure. So, if you're going to do this experience, I would recommend, if you have children, Meet Santa, because that was cute. I would try and hit one of the shows, because I think they would have actually been really good if I would have went to one. The Carolers were fantastic. The Sesame Street show was cute. It was pretty much what you would expect. But the big thing to get out of it is just the lights. Go to see the lights. The lights are very pretty. We ended up walking through Ireland twice, and one time there was a snowman meet and greet, which was pretty awesome. So there's always like little things popping up. It's all just so well themed, and it's so nice. But if you go during Halloween, I feel like Halloween is a lot deader. So if you go expecting the Halloween crowds, it's a little more crowded than that. But like I said, it wasn't overwhelming. Now, I believe it was like $40 to go. Yeah, the park opened at 2. We went on a Sunday, and the park opened at 2. It was open till 10. I recommend staying that whole time. Stay until 10. Use everything that you can do, because like I said, it was like $40 per ticket. So make the most out of it. Go see some stuff. Go see the shows, as many as you can, and just enjoy yourself. I say don't try and do any of the rides. Just try and do what you were there for. But something to consider when going to this. But it was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed it. And the Sesame Street characters were dressed up in their winter garb. We met Rosita, and she was dressed up. It was very
Which one
sweet.
is Rosita?
She is turquoise or greenish, and she speaks Spanish. She looks kind of like Zoe, but not orange. And she sang... I don't think she's saying Feliz Navidad. She's saying Jingle Bells in Spanish or something like that. Now, with that being said, I would love to experience this in SeaWorld down in Florida, because their Sesame Street area is the best. We haven't been to Sesame Place in Philadelphia yet, but so far that SeaWorld had the best little thing. And just the whole setup down there is really cute too. So I wouldn't mind seeing that.
And how is it for the kids?
How is it for the kids?
The children.
It's good. I mean, especially if your children like bright lights. Like I said, I would be weary and mindful of food, right? I would say probably eat off times, because a lot of the food places were very crowded during that time. And some people in our party waited close to an hour just to get French fries. So be wary. If you have kids, they need to eat, so try and do that, because that could be a bummer. But yeah, no, I think it's fine. I think it's great for kids. Now, talking about Busch Gardens during the holiday in general, years ago when I lived down in Florida, I did go to the one in Tampa during the holiday season, and they had a fantastic Santa meet and greet. But they also had one of the greatest things that I saw, which was the Rankin and Bass Rudolph crew. So you could meet Rudolph, you could meet Hermes, you could meet Bumble. Could you meet Hermes? I think you could meet Hermes. And Yukon Cornelius, which are all those characters from the Claymation holiday specials. They did not have it here, or at least not to my knowledge, in Williamsburg. Tried to do enough research to figure that out and couldn't find them. So if they do pop up, I'm shaking my fist to the sky that we missed them. And I was just looking up some pictures of Dollywood. Apparently they're at Dollywood too. So that's fun.
They're everywhere.
They really
And I also was looking up pictures of Hershey Park during the holidays, and they have the Grinch there.
What?
It's not the Jim Carrey Grinch. Yeah, it's a fur character of the Grinch, but still. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're everywhere.
These rights are being sold to everybody.
I know, it's just a little bit to everybody. But yeah, no, so Busch Gardens, SeaWorld, that whole... well, I haven't been to SeaWorld during Christmas, but I would like to. But the Busch Gardens places during Christmas are quite the fun time. It's just manage expectations and plan things out and try not to do too much, but try and do as much as you can.
And as your resident Jew, was there any Jewish representation at this Christmas time? Christmas time,
Oh
please.
boy.
Don't let us down.
I do believe they do Hanukkah stuff in Sesame Street Land.
That checks out.
Yeah, it doesn't say there's anything in particular. Now, I will say that kind of makes sense. That kind of checks out, being that they call it Christmas Town. It's kind of like dominated the whole event. But I do believe in the past we have talked about during Kwanzaa and during Hanukkah, they do candle lightings in Sesame Place.
That's true. They have been known. I think it's a Florida one. They've been known to do more than some of these other parks.
Yeah.
Now, what are your final thoughts?
Would you go again if you didn't have an annual pass?
Would I go again if I didn't have an annual pass? They do a lot of deals for the holidays. So if I was able to get a good deal on the ticket, I wouldn't mind going again for the holiday thing. I would probably still go during November to keep the price down, but I would also handle it very differently. Like I said, I would prioritize more shows because I think it'll be fun. I would prioritize food and hot cocoa. But it really is a lot of walking around and just enjoying the scenery. They do have a train thing that gets very long when it comes to the wait, where you ride the train, and I think it's a whole bunch more lights. We didn't do that, but next time I would like to do that. Looking forward to doing that as well. So yeah, I'd go again, but manage your expectation is going to be the biggest thing. It's a pretty big park, and especially if you bring children, yeah, just plan.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Parkgoers Go. We hope you learned a little bit more about Christmas time at Busch Gardens in Williamsburg.
Christmas time.
Let us know if you're going to be going next year and other things you want to learn about that Dustin can elaborate on.
And I will.
And we'll see you at the parks.
Bye. Happy holidays. Thanks for listening to this episode of Parkgoers Go. Catch our new episodes every Wednesday and catch up on our old episodes on Spotify. For any updates and new information about the theme parks or the podcast, follow us on Instagram at ParkgoersGo or visit our website at www.parkgoersgo.com. This episode was produced by Logan, Nathaniel, and Dustin, and edited by me, Dustin. Our theme song was created by John Riedel. You can follow Logan Nathaniel's theme park adventures on Instagram at Parkgoers. And you can follow me at Mr. Parkgoer. If you'd like to reach out to us, visit our website and send a comment or a compliment or a critique, but not so much the critique. And until then, see you in the parks.